Hello and welcome. Today, I'd like to briefly introduce a different test mode for Roborock devices. It may have been around for quite some time, but I personally hadn't seen or heard anything about it, and I discovered it myself a few days ago. Most of you are probably familiar with the classic manual built-in test mode, which you can see here and I already made some videos about. To access it, you power off the device, then press and hold the power button and press the home button 5 times. This brings you into the manual built-in test mode. From there, you can get various device information and manually run individual tests for specific components. Now here's the interesting part. There is actually a second test mode as well. To access this one, you again switch the robot off, hold down the power button, but this time press the home button only 3 times. This takes you into the auto built-in test mode. The key difference is that this mode immediately starts testing several main components at the same time, namely the main brush, suction motor, and side brush. After that, once each test is completed successfully, the system automatically moves on to the next test without any manual input. This has a clear speed advantage, especially for initial diagnostics or first-time testing, since you don't have to manually select the main brush, suction motor, and side brush tests one by one. It's simply a time saver, and which mode you prefer is, of course, entirely up to you. I just wanted to briefly introduce this feature. As I said, I couldn't find any information about it, and I only discovered it myself a couple of days ago. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Bumper right. Pass. Bumper left. Pass. Laser bumper. Pass. Wall sensor. Pass. Wheel left over current. Pass. Wheel right over current. Pass. Brush over current. Pass. Sweep over current. Pass. Wheel left.